All right, it's May 4th. Of course, we had to celebrate with May the 4th be with you. Suzanne, what are these white guys from? What did
These
you just
guys
tell me?
They're the white guys from the Hunger Games.
Of course they're not. That was a joke, right?
That was a joke.
I know.
I
So I had
watched them.
I had to search high and low for us to be able to celebrate May the 4th be with you. My husband's probably happy. We should have came in costume today.
We should
Maybe
have.
that's tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo.
We need some sombreros, big sombreros.
We do. What did you do this weekend?
This weekend was very productive for me for the first time in a long time. The weather was great. I cleaned out my garage, got caught up on my laundry, went for a walk. Oh, I also got wined over the weekend. Look at this.
Oh, yes, I see
When
that.
I was cleaning out my garage, I came back and somebody dropped off a basket for me. It was great.
I have not been wined yet, but I have noticed that a lot of our members, people are purchasing wine from our members, which is amazing. So if you are part of that wine fairy group that is out in Niagara County, please use our members. They have great local wine, or you can go to Supermarket Liquors, Hibbard's. Those two are the members. Our wineries that are members right now are Bella Rose, Black Willow Winery, Niagara. Go ahead.
Sorry. Niagara Landing Wine Cellars, Honeymoon Trail Winery,
Midnight Run. So we want you to get out to those if you can. I know people have been placing wine on porches all weekend long. I have not done it yet. I live in Sanborn, so somebody wine me, I guess. What else did you do? Anything else?
Nope, that was about it.
It was beautiful out yesterday on Sunday. I know there has been concerns because of the really nice weather about people going outside and walking and mass gatherings because it's so nice out and social distancing. We just want to tell you, try to wear your mask, try to be conscious of the social distancing. I know it's hard. This week it's a high of 50 all week, so I don't think we'll see as many people out as we have in the past, but try to do that. So today we have some guests. We have two of our board members, actually, Streamline Digital, Lewiston Digital, Kevin and Matt. We're going to bring them on in just a few moments. They're going to talk some digital things. We've had them on our business blenders and business brew sessions. They've both been able to give all of our members some input on what they can do digitally during this time. And I know our members have kind of taken what they've said and put it to use. One of the main things that I'm just going to bring up is the importance of the right hashtag, and Kevin's going to laugh about this. I kind of attended a virtual conference this weekend that had a certain hashtag, but I forgot to capitalize the important letters, and when you don't capitalize the important letters in certain words, it looked really bad. I'm not going to say what it was, but we're going to bring Kevin and Matt in. So first, we have Kevin. Oh, I guess I have to unmute you guys, don't I, in order for you to be able to speak. So Kevin is with Streamline Digital and Matt is with Lewiston Digital, and we are so happy to have both of them. Thanks, guys, for joining in.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
So I'm going to throw it out there, and Kevin, I'll have you start, and then Matt, you can chime in. You guys can just chime in at any point. What should our businesses that are not essential right now, maybe they are a retail store or provide some service, what can they do right now to make sure that their digital is up to date? What should they be doing?
I guess first they should have a Facebook page if they haven't created one already, and then just start posting. It's going to be tough at first. You might have enough content for a few days, and then you kind of get a little bit into it, and then you're asking people what their favorite color is. So you kind of want to have like a social media calendar type thing, and I'm sure Matt can talk about that, where you kind of schedule out what you're going to say when and on which platform. It's extremely useful. It keeps things all in one spot. It kind of lets you know if you need to come up with stuff to post, or if you're all set for an extended period of time.
Matt, how do you schedule things? How do you post things? Is there an editorial calendar you should have?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different tools out there that can help people with that. Hootsuite being one of them. They have a free plan if you're doing one profile and just some basic scheduling. But yeah, pacing things out is really important. You don't like you said, like the what's your favorite color thing, only goes so far. Posting for the sake of posting isn't really that effective. In fact, it'll just make people unfollow you. So you have to be somewhat engaging and thoughtful in your posts. So, if you're not busy doing what you do best right now, you might have some time to really put some thought into that.
So would you both say posting just informational things or photos or videos? What seems to be able to get the most traction?
Video is king. So whenever you can kind of, record yourself, either giving offers, giving information, a lot of it comes down to whatever you're going to post has to be valuable to the users. So I know, in a lot of our work, we kind of give as much information as possible. Always refer to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, give it away, give it away, give it away now. You can't, you kind of have to build that trust with people. A lot of times when they're trying to help out, they'll mix in kind of like a sales pitch type deal, and people kind of tune out after that. But just kind of give people valuable, information, stuff that's useful, just tips, tricks. That's kind of the big thing, because then, they'll kind of follow you. They'll want to tune in when you have more to offer. A lot of what we do is we essentially tell people ways not to use what our services are. So, similar to this, like how to set up a Facebook page, when to post, what types of, calendars to use, so people can kind of do it on their own, so that they can exist, in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say, like, at this time too, like now's the time to tell a story that customers will remember when things get back to normal, right? You might not have a day-to-day story to tell that's interesting right now. But, it's interesting. I did a survey last month that I've been, for my clients, I've been kind of using just to kind of make them understand, why, for managed social media, meaning, I'm doing all of their social media posting for them. It was 75% of Americans believe businesses have a ongoing responsibility to support the coronavirus relief effort, right? So imagine you own like a store or a restaurant, and 75% of people think you somehow have to do something to fix this mess, right? 77% believe companies must prove they're making prudent decisions. 73% say they will remember companies that made bad decisions. 71% say they would stop buying a brand's products or services if they learned they acted irresponsibly during the crisis, right? So thinking about that and how fierce competition is going to be when things open, right? So there's going to be, you would assume, a limited amount of dollars to go around, but a need to get out and have some sense of normalcy and people doing what they wanted to do. So the question is, like, did you advance your brand during this time when maybe you can't do what you do best? I found one of the best ways I've been doing that for my clients is doing community building. So that might be, ways of getting your customers having discussions with each other and with you, and like feeding on nostalgia and good memories. It really doubles down on brand loyalty, attaching that kind of social gratification that we're not getting in person right now. You're giving that to your customers online. And one of the most important things that I always tell people when they're looking at this, and it goes back to like just posting for the sake of posting, what's your favorite color? If you ask the question, what's your favorite color, and you don't pay attention to the answers, Why did you post that, right? So it might be useful to know that 90% of your customers dislike the color yellow, right? So at a minimum, don't paint your walls yellow, right? So what data are you collecting now that you can convert the revenue when we reopen, right? Like, data is real important. I always tell people data is currency. You can exchange it for real things. It's really important. So there's definitely a lot people can be doing right now to be ready when things open up. You just have to, again, people are doing things that it's not their specialty right now. People who cook delicious food or, do all kinds of things that they can't do it. So, but it is a really good opportunity right now to kind of get an edge up for when things do open.
So if our businesses right now are posting on social media, maybe they have 4 different social media type accounts, should they be posting the same content to all of those accounts? Do you post the same message or same information to Facebook that you would on LinkedIn or TikTok or Twitter? Should there be variance between all of those?
I wouldn't recommend putting what you put on TikTok on LinkedIn. You can. LinkedIn's a little bit of a different animal. That's more kind of like your professional post. So it's not so much, what you ate for dinner last night. It's more insightful article type things. So, what you do post on LinkedIn though can be put on Facebook, Instagram if there's a photo, Twitter if you shorten it up. It's for people just starting out, I'd recommend maybe just putting the same type of post across all platforms till you get kind of familiar with, the different types, and then you'll kind of know what to post where. It's kind of a trial and error type thing. And Matt's right. You kind of got to see what type of engagement and reactions you get from this stuff. Are people interested in it? I've known people that post, 15 times a day and only a little bit of interactions. And you have some people post once a week and there's hundreds and hundreds of comments. So it's, each situation is different, but just try to get in the habit of using these. And there's tutorials everywhere. You can Google stuff. YouTube University is fantastic. And just kind of, try it out and see what works.
So for people starting out, how much posting is too much and how much is not enough?
I mean, I would say in a way that's going to be, that question is going to be answered for you in 2 ways. One, the algorithms of the feed, right? So if Facebook or Instagram thinks you're just annoying people who are using their service because you're, posting an update every 10 minutes, they're going to bury your posts anyway. But the other side of that, I mean, like Kevin said, with the engagement numbers, you'll know what's working and what's not in terms of frequency, but also types of content. And the question about the different platforms, should I do the same thing across all 4? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Every platform has their own specific strengths when it comes to content, right? So, and they have their own limitations. You can post a longer video on Facebook than you can on Twitter or Instagram. So, you might, by nature of the platform, have to edit your content or choose where you put it anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's content is king for me. I worry less about frequency and more about what it is you're actually posting. The one thing I would say is it shouldn't be really, really easy, right? It shouldn't be effortless. You should have to do some work to create engaging content. Because if it didn't require work, people want to hire people like me and Kevin. So, it is one of those things where it should be an investment of time and energy for you. It shouldn't be something you do you know, while you're doing something else, or, you know, between meetings or something like that. I mean, you should put a considerable amount of effort into it if you expect to have a considerable return. It's just, you know, nothing is free, you know. So I would worry more about the quality and the content versus the frequency.
What about hashtags? How important are those? And should you be putting 30 different hashtags on your message in the appropriate social media?
You can. I know people who do it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm also a fan of, you know, with the hashtags where you put caps in certain areas, so, you know, words don't blend together.
Like I learned this weekend.
Yeah. So you can do some stuff if you want to do that. I know people, you know, have gone crazy with it. You know, it's one of those situational type things. I would stay away from it. You know, but sometimes it fits. So.
Yeah, I find it kind of shameless at times, to be honest. You know, because, you know, it's almost irresponsible to put in hashtags that it really goes against what hashtags are essentially created for, and that's to curate content, right? You know, I tend to do it more on Instagram. You know, more hashtags there, because it's just the way the users use it. It just seems to make more sense. TikTok as well. You know, Twitter, obviously you're going to be limited by the character counts anyway. So, and Facebook, you know, why bother? So, yeah, I don't know. Again, I would say, you know, focus on relevancy versus, do I use the word streamline your hashtags here?
You can. Go right ahead.
Do I have to write you a check if I use that word?
No, I probably have to write you one.
Yeah. Streamline them.
Well,
yeah.
Both of these businesses are members of the chamber. So if anyone has any digital questions, where can they find both of you?
Not on social media. I hate that stuff. Yeah. You know, we're all over Facebook. Streamline your brand is kind of our thing. It's everywhere. We hashtag that all the time. So, you know, you find us everywhere: Facebook, LinkedIn.
Yeah, same for me. LewistonDigital.com. You can find me in the Lewiston Opera Hall here, all by myself. Yeah, and I also want to make one comment too. I am not intoxicated, and 1 PM. I just have sunburn. So I just want to make that clear. I'm looking at how beet red my face is, and I'm like, man, that's not a good look.
Actually, Lisa Lannon, she had said in one of the comments that it looks like you did get a little sun this weekend.
Okay, good. I'm glad that's what people assume.
Well, we keep these 20 minutes or less. We're very happy that both of you were able to join us today. I tried to go in between with our Streamline Digital, Lewiston Digital. Did you see that? I would put that underneath your names as much as I could. I do need a producer for this. This is kind of nerve-wracking trying to do it all. But Suzanne and I are figuring it out as we go along.
You're having a great time with it.
We are. And tomorrow we're going to have even more fun because it's Cinco de Mayo. And Aaron Rotella from the Spicy Pickle, he decided he would come on. We're hoping he comes from the kitchen. We don't know what to expect with him, but he will be on tomorrow. So any last words, Kevin or Matt?
Yeah, when you set up your Facebook page, especially, you have a profile picture and a cover photo. Be sure to size those correctly. Mainly your cover photo, because it's different between desktop and mobile, where sometimes it's stretched out on mobile and desktop it looks clear. So you can find the sizes online. I think, you know, it's numbers, pixels. So once you have that, it'll look nice. There are a lot of, you know, companies that do what Matt and I do that can help you with everything. And then you check out their Facebook page and that is incorrect. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves is, you know, kind of do it the right way. And for your profile picture, use your logo. not kind of a sign with your logo on it or a t-shirt with your logo on it, but your actual logo. It'll look a lot more professional.
Matt?
I would say pay attention to the time of day that your posts are getting the most engagement. Keep track of that and what days seem to be working best for you. Everybody's audience is a little different, right? And they're going to have different habits. So if you can increase engagement by posting at 11 a.m. instead of 3 p.m. when you would have the most time to do so, go for the 11 a.m. slot. You know, the more engagement, the better.
We actually did have one question that I just found. Just wondering if you should change your profile photos often.
For the business, I guess, business-wise, you know, so if it's your profile picture, you should not change that. As far as your cover photo, you can, depending on if, you know, you can do carousel where there's different images that show up. You can do a video. So depending on that, you know, you can do it. One thing that I would recommend is doing another, we have one that we call our burner account where we kind of load stuff to see how it's going to show up. Because sometimes you put things and it doesn't look that good, and then people will get a bunch of notifications that, you know, you change your profile picture, and then you kind of, you know, looks like you don't know what you're doing. But, you know, just kind of play around with it. If, you know, it's really up to you. I wouldn't change it weekly, maybe quarterly, you know, but every business is different. But I would leave your profile picture alone.
Yeah, especially if it's your logo. I mean, your profile picture on social is just a major representation of your brand. If you want to turn your you know, your photo green for St. Patrick's Day for a few days, you know, that's cool. But yeah, I would agree. You want to keep some consistency there.
There's one more question here. Wow, you guys are popular. They're more popular than just Suzanne and I the past few times we've done this.
They're a hot commodity today.
They are. Here's another question. Do the Facebook ads help?
Yeah, yes, they do. It depends, you know, again, what you're trying to do. I know a lot of it too, if you're going to run like campaigns, you don't need thousands and thousands of likes. You just kind of want to have what they'll classify as social proof that you have, you know, anywhere from 300 to 700 people like your page, because then you're a viable business. But as far as the advertising goes, you can do a lot of damage with Facebook ads. As long as you have the correct messages, the correct graphics, and you can do a whole lot. I'm not a huge fan of boosted posts. There's the back end ads manager of Facebook is pretty detailed, where you can do a lot of different things. So, you know, I would kind of look there as opposed to boosting. But Facebook ads are phenomenal.
All right. I know that we have done some of those, and they've definitely helped, especially when they've been event specific. So thank you guys for joining. Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. What are your plans for Cinco de Mayo, Kevin and Matt?
No, we probably have the same plan.
You probably do. Yeah, Suzanne and I are doing this show. We're not in the same space tomorrow, so it'll be kind of sad. Usually we love celebrating these fun holidays. So tomorrow it's kind of sad. We'll see each other this way, just not in person.
Yeah.
Let's make some margaritas at home. I'm home tomorrow, so
I'll make some in the office. Don't worry.
Oh no, you won't. You can't. You're working. I can't though. I'm technically home tomorrow and not working tomorrow, so I'll enjoy it. Well, guys, thanks for joining in on Suzanne and I. We still don't have a name for this, whatever we call it. I don't know. This is episode 3 of just Jen and Sue's for right now, because we have no idea. So if you have some good ideas of what we should name this, something fun, because we just want this to be a lot of fun. We are fun.
We are fun.
We'd also love you to join us to our business brew tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Also Thursday night, Business Blender, and tune in at NiagaraRiverRegion.com. If you want to sponsor this, we are taking sponsors for this. We'll throw your logo up. We'll throw your website up there. We'll pretty much do whatever you ask us to as far as any image. We'll put you in the background, kind of like our, what did you call these, Suzanne? Who's in the background?
Our men from the Hunger Games.
No, they're the stormtroopers.
Yeah, okay.
And not from the Hunger Games. Anyway, may the 4th be with you, and we're so happy that you joined in. We'll see you tomorrow with the spicy pickle on Cinco de Mayo. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.